Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're cracking open one of the most powerful and, let's be honest, intimidating tools in investing, the annual report. And we're going to do it using the playbook of the master himself, Warren Buffett.
So let's start with a feeling I bet you've had. You open an annual report and bam, it's this dense maze of numbers, jargon, it's complex, and it almost feels like it was designed to be impossible to read. But what if I told you you're just looking in the wrong places?
Well, what if you had a guide? See, Warren Buffett's secret isn't about reading every single word or deciphering every number. No, it's about knowing exactly where to look to find the real story of the business hiding in plain sight.
So today, we're going to break down his method using his three core principles. We'll look at a company's long-term performance, we'll identify its protective economic moat, and we'll talk about how to spot great managers. Then, we'll put it all together into a new tool for you.
All right, let's dive in. Buffett's first rule is simple. Ignore all the day-to-day market noise. The hype, the panic, just tune it out. Instead, he looks for one thing, a solid, consistent track record of performance over the long haul.
You know, for him, a company having 1 or 2 great years, it means basically nothing. The real story, the true quality and strength of a business, is written in its performance over a decade or even longer.
And this isn't just theory. Buffett actually lives by this. In his own company's annual reports, he famously includes a table comparing Berkshire Hathaway's performance against the S&P 500. This early version here shows you how this was part of his thinking right from the start.
And the result of that long-term focus? Well, it's absolutely staggering. Over a 50-year period, from 1965 to 2015, his strategy delivered an average annual gain of over 19%. That just crushes the market average. That's the power of playing the long game.
This quote really gets to the heart of his thinking. Buffett believes a truly great business is an asset that works for you. It just keeps growing and compounding its value over time, even if you never put another penny into it.
Okay, so how does a company even achieve that kind of performance for decades? Well, that brings us to Buffett's most famous idea, the economic moat. This is the secret sauce, the durable advantage that makes all that success possible. I want you to picture the company as a castle. The economic moat is that big, protective trench of water all around it. It's not some temporary trick. It's a permanent structural advantage that defends the company's profits from the constant attack of competitors.
So what does this moat actually look like? Well, it can be a bunch of things. It could be an iconic brand that everyone knows and trusts, like Coca-Cola. Or maybe the company can just make things way cheaper than anyone else. Sometimes it's a network effect, where a service gets better the more people use it. Or maybe it's just a huge pain for customers to leave. And of course, you've got things like patents that literally lock competitors out.
But here's the kicker for Buffett. A moat isn't something you just build and then forget about. The key is that the company's managers see it as their #1 job to constantly make that moat wider and deeper, strengthening their advantage every single day. And that right there brings us to the crucial human element. Because, moats don't build themselves. And those amazing long-term track records, they don't just happen by accident. You need excellent managers leading the way.
You have to understand, when Buffett reads an annual report, he's not just looking at spreadsheets. It's kind of a character study. He's looking past the numbers to get a sense of the quality, the integrity, and the smarts of the people running the show.
See, he's not looking for hired guns. He's looking for partners. He wants managers who think like owners, who are deeply passionate about the business, and who have a proven track record of being smart with the company's money.
And the story of Tony Nicely at Geico? It's the perfect example of this. This guy didn't just work there. He dedicated his entire life to the company. He started at 18, worked his way up to CEO, and then spent decades carefully widening Geico's moat, turning it into the powerhouse it is today. That's the kind of leadership Buffett bets on.
So, there you have it. We've walked through the maze, and now you have a map. You've got the tools to turn that dense, boring report into a clear, compelling story.
Here it is, your new toolkit. So forget all the noise and the confusing jargon. The next time you open an annual report, just use this simple 3-step framework. Look for the proof, find the moat, and bet on the jockey. So instead of getting lost in a sea of numbers, now you can focus on the 3 questions that really matter. Is this a great business? Does it have a strong, lasting defense? And is it run by exceptional people? That's it. That's how you read an annual report like Warren Buffett.